What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so you may have heard this by now. Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat has been suspended for a third time by the team following his walkout during shooting practice today for the team. Now, apparently, he was informed by Heat officials that he would be coming off the bench. He would lose his starting position, and that I think Haywood Highsmith, I believe was his name, would replace him in the starting lineup. And also, I believe it seems as if though he's lost the support of his teammates. And as a consequence of all that, Jimmy Butler walked out of practice, and he has been suspended indefinitely by the Miami Heat. And it appears that he's going to lose, because of this third suspension, at least $3 million in salary. Now, of course, he was suspended for the first time. 7 games earlier. It was it was late December, I think it was. He was suspended in late December for 7 games. And I think that suspension was for what was it again? I forget. I forgot exactly what it was. I think it was I know it was conduct detrimental to the team, but I forget exactly what it was. Because there's so many different things he's done now. I know he was just suspended for missing the team flight, I think it was. They couldn't, I think they waited around several hours. They couldn't locate him, and then they just left, and he got suspended for 2 games. But he was suspended originally for 7 games for conduct detrimental to the team. I just can't remember exactly what it was anymore. Because, like I said, it's been so many different things that his shenanigans have become very numerous, to say the least. Now this situation is getting close to what we've seen before with his tenures or toward the end with the Timberwolves and the Sixers. And, look, at this point in time, I know most people seem to be blaming Jimmy Butler, and I get it. He does have the track record. So I get it. A lot of people are blaming him, and a lot of it is his fault. But at the same time, most of us assume by now that Butler would be out of Miami. And he's still there. And, I don't know. Like, I get it. Pat Riley would want a particular deal, you know what I'm saying, a quality player and a quality deal to give up Jimmy Butler. And I know one thing that would be holding up any particular trade for Jimmy Butler, most people look at Bradley Beal, but Bradley Beal has a no-trade clause, one of only 2 players to have that clause, the other one being LeBron James. So maybe the options are limited when it comes to getting rid of Jimmy Butler. But at the same time, look, if you're Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, and it's not a knock on Haywood High Street, but that is kind of insulting to have Haywood take your place in the starting lineup, right? And, look, if you're Jimmy Butler, you look at it like this. In my tenure as a Miami Heat, I have taken my teams, which have not been loaded with talent, twice to an NBA Finals. And you could argue, man, if I just had a secondary star, perhaps we could have won a championship. Or at the very least, been a lot more competitive. Because when you look at it, Jimmy Butler's tenure with the Miami Heat has been rather successful. He's been in 2 NBA Finals. And I think in 2022, he was 1 3-point bucket away from going to the finals that year. So he almost went to the finals 3 different times with a team that none of us would say is loaded with talent. And Jimmy Butler, when he's healthy and when he's content, he fit into this Miami Heat culture and this team. And Pat Riley has been known to chase, talent out of the city of Miami. The guy got rid of Dwayne Wade, who was the greatest Heat of all time. So a little bit of this, to me, is still on Pat Riley. A lot of it's actually still on Pat Riley. So I don't look at it as Jimmy Butler's the only party here that's guilty. But you know how that works. The media is going to focus on the player. The player is going to be the guy that's making the trouble. You know what I'm saying? He's the employee. So because people focus on and the cameras are on the player, and we don't get backstage cameras or we don't have 24/7 spotlight on the executives, people are going to focus on the players. So generally, if there's a dispute between the executive and the player is going to look like the bad guy, almost always. I just want the shit to be over at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting kind of tired of it, to be honest with you. I'm getting tired of this whole Jimmy Butler fiasco. But one thing I can say is that he's done. Now I'm certain we've seen the last of Jimmy Butler in Miami. And I would argue he's probably starting to become a distraction now. He's becoming a distraction to the team. Now, I haven't really been following Miami as far as their overall record, but when I have paid attention to them, I think they're like a little bit of a downturn. Let me see something here. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are if he's not playing. Let's see something here. Last year, Miami was 46-36. Okay, they're 22-22, which is 500. So Miami has lost, let's see, one. Miami's lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of their last 8 games. And 6 of their last 10. Yeah, so they're in a little bit of a downward turn trajectory since Jimmy Butler has been gone. And, Jimmy Butler had been averaging Miami Heat lows. And, he's had the least productive season he's had since his earlier stint with the Chicago Bulls. I'm saying, look, man, Jimmy Butler mentally is not there. I think he's pretty much quit on the Miami Heat. I think his teammates have given up on him. They don't really want him there no more. I would pretty much gather. So now it's up to the organization to make trading Jimmy Butler a priority and just getting rid of him once and for all. Get rid of him. Okay? Just get rid of him. Work on something, man. Even if you got at this point, even if you got a goddamn, you know what I'm saying, accept a deal that is not even 100% optimal. You know what I'm saying? Being picky and, I mean, just get rid of him at this point in time, But I guess one of the problems is, and we all know Jimmy Butler's trying to get paid. He's 35 years old. He's trying to get a deal, that one last big deal before he retires. I guess other teams are looking at him as a huge potential risk, but glad I'm not a Miami Heat executive right now. I'll say that. But you guys, tell me what you guys think about this situation, man. I think it's just pathetic, honestly. It's real pathetic. This has been altogether, by the way, too, before I end this video, this has been a very bad NBA season. Just from a product perspective, player, the way these players are conducting themselves, it's just a bad look, man. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.